Today we test the most forgiving golf clubs on the range with a low handicap golfer. Would they be the right clubs for him? So we're out here today with Frankie Fairways, two handicap golfer. And these were clubs that Frankie would probably never choose, Frankie.
No.
Is that correct? First one up.
Maybe the Max Driver, but not the other ones.
Maybe the Max Driver. So this is the G430 Max, as we know, the most forgiving on the range for ping. Got it set at 8 degrees with a draw bias, and we'll talk about why. And it's a solid shot.
Oof, that was nice.
That's a fairway, Frankie, as we all expect.
Wow, that was a good drive there.
Right, as we expect from Frankie, it's another fairway. So we've gone for a max head because Frankie doesn't always find the centre of the driver, as we've seen in previous weeks. We've then got it set a little bit lower because we know he hits it a little bit too high.
Oh my God.
And then the draw bias to counter for his fade. So it's a driver that's obviously very versatile, Frankie.
Yes.
Straight away, like you said there, a pretty good drive.
Yeah, that was nice. And got 88 yards left, which is pretty good for the first.
Right, 88 yards. Oof. So in with a wedge. We will reveal the wedge after. You will see Frankie's there a bit interested. What are you interested there about?
Oh my. I'm not sure about this one.
Not sure about
this
it.
This is one that I probably wouldn't use. Am I revealing it or not?
You can reveal it, Frankie. So it is the Cleveland full toe.
It's weird.
Wedge, which we'll talk about shortly. With graphite shaft in there. So again, something different. Why would you have graphite in? Is it for feel? Is it not? But again, a very forgiving wedge. A large amount of bounce on there. This is something that a higher handicapper might look at. It's a very nice shot there from Frankie.
Ooh,
let's have a look. A little bit long, but plenty of control, Frankie.
Yeah, very
Felt
many
better
spins.
than it looks, maybe.
Yeah, that was
nice.
Is
that why you wouldn't go for it more of the look, Frankie?
Yeah, it just looks like a bit of a spoon. I'm going to be honest.
Spoon, so a bit bigger than what are you using at the moment?
Callaway Jaws Raw, are they?
Jaws Raw, yeah.
The raw faces.
Certainly look a little bit obviously sleeker, maybe down at the golf ball, maybe don't look as big. And is that something that obviously would put you off around the green?
I think more for the just for around the greens. For the actual hitting full shots, I don't mind, but yeah, it's nice and small around the greens and just a normal shape. This looks it's very big, so
very big. Not a bad result. The wedge there we were talking about is the Cleveland Zipco Full Face 2 CBX wedge. Again, like we said there, that is the 56, 12 degrees of bounce. So down at the golf ball, certainly looks a lot bigger than Frankie's. Next up, we go forgiving, we go high handicap. What everybody suggested to get, which is a mallet putter. So here we have stroke lab shaft in there. We have a nice big head. We have the new Versa finish. It is the number 7. With the slant neck. So
see how it looks nice.
Comment below, guys, have you been fitted for a mallet putter, or have you just got a mallet putter because you are a higher handicapper? We know Frankie normally uses a blade. Straight away, Frankie.
Feels good.
Feels good. Pace is good there.
Yeah.
Down at the ball, is that a bit more off-putting than your blade, or?
I actually don't mind this shape. If I was going to get a mallet, I'd get one like this. Still not as much of a fan as the blade, but it is a nice shape still. Everybody likes a 7.
Yeah, everybody likes the number 7. A very popular putter on tour and for amateurs. Frankie's back in with the G430. Par 5 here at Waterfront, hole number 2. Again, needs a good drive, could bring the bunker into play. But after the first shot, Frankie's confident.
I like it.
He's liking it. It's another great shot. Is it going to miss the bunker?
Oof.
I think it's just jumped over it, Frankie.
I think it carried it.
Carried it.
Oof.
The man, he would never have thought for the 430.
430 max.
Well. So far, Frankie, driver good, but what's the one thing you're struggling with?
What?
Doesn't fit in your head cover.
Oh yeah, sorry. No, I didn't know what you're on about then. It's a bit of a tight squeeze. I think it's just because it's so wide.
Third world
so
problems.
look
But
at
we
that.
Get the forgiveness.
We got the forgiveness, but at a cost. So I don't know, it's going to get down marks for that.
So if you're looking for a fitting, guys, you can come down here to Waterfront. This is where that driver is from. They've got all the ping ranging. Also, the irons we're about to show you, we've also got those irons in here at the Trackman driving range.
Come and see Kyle, bang average golfer. I'm shouting him out now.
Yeah,
so,
come and see Kyle, the bang average golfer as he's known on Instagram. Likes a bit of TikTok, doesn't he, Frankie?
Oh, he loves TikTok. He's always on that.
So Frankie is 195 yards out here. He's going for the greens and he's got some ultra forgiving irons here. This is actually a 5-iron, which we'll talk about shortly.
Pulled it.
Pulled it ever so slightly. Is it the...
Oh my, it's gone miles.
Club, just off the green left, will be using his new favourite wedges. Or not so favourite.
Flip.
So a little bit of a pull, so it's just past the flag as these guys led us through. That can be the case with stronger lofts. You've got to go and make sure that you've got the right gapping with those. So that was a 5-iron. Obviously, we know it's in between. It's 23.5 degrees, but that's in between a 3 and a 4-iron traditionally.
Oh wow.
Frankie's pulled that one off a little bit fast, just in the bunker here for Frankie.
Just splash it out.
So, short-sided, but he's played a good one. Not
That's
too
better.
bad. Pick it up.
Is that giving?
2 pars, Frankie. So the irons we are talking about and Frankie is using is the Stealth HD irons. Again, an iron that is designed with low CG to go through the irons, which would be for a higher handicapper golfer, maybe not for a 2 handicapper golfer, but
you never know.
you hit that pretty well, Frankie. Again, down at the... I've got the ball.
You have got the ball.
I've got the ball somewhere. There's the
Hopefully.
ball. I've got the ball. Here's the ball. So down at the ball, Frankie, how did it look? Obviously, totally different to your irons, I'm sure.
It just looks like a driving iron. Like, it doesn't look like a normal iron.
Yeah, so it's not the deepest of faces, so it does look like a driving iron. It does look like something that you wouldn't expect throughout the bag.
Good for off the tee though, hopefully.
Something you'd have to get used to.
Oof.
A little bit up the left.
I think it's fine.
I think that is fine. So again, these clubs designed for high handicappers often have a little bit of offset. So Frankie's hit 2 of those left.
Maybe that's the issue.
Maybe that
is the issue.
As it can't be Frankie.
Nah.
So as you'll see on screen, we have got the information about the Stealth HD irons. You can see that they are made to be forgiving, so ultra low CG. Again, down in the lower irons, they're trying to optimize the correct trajectory and spin. So why wouldn't they be for a lower handicapper golfer? That's what we'd need to see. So we're going to test the numbers of these compared to Frankie's irons. We're going to play 9 holes with all of these forgiving clubs and then compare them to Frankie's current set and show why they might be able to go into Frankie's bag or why he wouldn't use them, because it's certainly a thing that puts a lot of people off straight away, think that they are for higher handicappers. So here we are. Frankie was just saying there, it wasn't struck perfectly, but if this was with his irons, he may be another 50 yards back. So a miss hit with a 5-iron here with the Stealth HD has left him how far, Frankie?
146 yards.
146 yards, so again there, that's gone a lot further than a miss hit with your current irons.
Yeah, I just kind of fatted it a bit, but it's still gone pretty far, so it's kind of what you need, to be fair, off the tee.
Yeah, so it'll be very interesting to see off the tee again and numbers wise how they do compare to Frankie's and dispersion wise for off-centered hits. So what have you got here, Frankie?
In 4.6 I've got a 9, which might be a little bit much.
Right, so you're going to try and flight it in with it. So again, see how the versatility is, because yes, they are forgiving, but can you play different shots with these? And that's why, that might be the difference between why a lower handicapper would go for these. We can see straight away down at the golf ball, it looks a lot bigger than Frankie's current irons, but let's see, can you flight one in? So it struck nice little draw.
Looks good. Oh my.
Looks good. Just at the back of the green, Frankie?
Yeah, just I thought I played that pretty well, but it's just had no spin, I think.
No spin, so like I say, we'll test it with the scoring irons because this is the biggest thing for Frankie. The long irons might be, well, that did okay, so we're happy with the long iron, the 5 iron, but it's the scoring irons are the difference why Frankie might be off 2 and you might be off a mid-handicap. So carried all the way back to the green and just jumped long, so maybe not the spin that Frankie expected from that club, and now it's left him another tricky shot with one of those Cleveland wedges. So short-sighted again, Frankie. It seems to all be coming down to short game.
Yeah, I know. It's just no control there with the 9-iron. It's just no way to stop it. I thought I've hit it straight down the pin and just no chance of stopping.
Yeah, and the difference here with Frankie and obviously a mid-handicap golfer is Frankie knows his distance, he knows how far he can carry it. A lot of times mid-handicap golfers, we see them come up short, so there it still might have landed in the middle of the green. So we've got the landing angle because the way these clubs are designed to launch a little bit higher and land a little bit softer. So it'll be interesting if we give the same clubs to mid-handicap Dave.
Oh my God. Wow.
It's not a bad chip shot from there, Frankie. Left yourself a little bit of work.
Just popped out a little bit.
Yeah, popped up a little bit out of that rut. Which club is the most likely to go in your bag, Frankie? There's one we haven't talked about yet, but obviously so far, what isn't too far away from what you've got? Would it be the driver?
I don't know actually, because I was going to say putter straight away, but I actually don't know. I think maybe the driver, because it's actually similar to what I probably need.
Yeah, and what would you say? Why wouldn't you have gone for ping? Would it be the sound? Have you hit this ping before?
I've tried ping. I don't know. I don't mind it, to be fair. I might need to try it again. See how it is.
Okay, we might have to get a few more shafts out here to get Frankie on. Maybe even with Kyle, the fitter here at Waterfront, and go through a full fitting and talk some numbers. Right. Stay level going into next week. For the fans, Frankie, it was like watching Tiger Woods there. Right guys, so that has been week 1. We played 3 holes there. We are going to play another 3 holes now, and then we're going to finish with the final 3 in 2 weeks' time. So we're going to see what Frankie can shoot with this. So comment below, would you be interested to see Dave use these kind of clubs? And also we're then going to get out with Frankie with his normal clubs, compare them, and also get some numbers.